Hello, crafty friends. Welcome back to my channel. I've been meaning to get this video out for a few weeks, but we were hit by a terrible spring cold and my kids got sick and then my husband, and I thought I was going to be spared, but at the last minute I ended up getting really sick for over a week. My throat is still healing, so bear with me as we create some cards in this video today. I'm going to start with the Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club, as you can see here. This is called Nearest and Dearest, and it comes with dies for every single sentiment, so it's a great stash builder. Next is the Mosaic and Quilted Memories. So there are 5 stencils in this set. These first 3 kind of go together, and then you get these 2 here that layer up to create some beautiful patterns. So you get 2 different designs with this month's Stencil of the Month Club. Next up is Family and Friends Vignettes. This is the large Die of the Month Club. This one is really fun. You can create the cutest puppy dog as well as a dinosaur. So these are great for creating kids' cards. Then there's lots of pretty florals with this set too, and then the little arch die. And then last is my absolute favorite of all of them. This is the Stitching Die of the Month Club, and it's called Diamond Knit. There are 4 dies in this. So you get the big cover plate, and then you get 2 sentiments. They say, "Cheers to you," and "You inspire me." Then you get the little die to cut them out. So most of my cards are going to be including this Stitching Die of the Month Club. So here is my first card. I did most of the stitching off camera because it does take a bit of time to do this. But as you can see, it creates these beautiful waffle patterns all over the panel. And it is 5.5 by 4.25, so it's going to fit your A2 sized card perfectly. This one is very easy but fun to stitch up. So I'm going in kind of rainbow order on this one. I have the orange, yellow, green, blue, and my last one is going to be purple. I'll show you how to do this stitch. So I'm just going back and forth, and I'm going one direction, and then when I finish this side, of course, we'll go the opposite direction and just go back and forth. And it just creates some really fun texture and color to this panel. The panel I cut out with some Dune cardstock. Now I can go the opposite direction. And of course, you can stitch this any way you'd like to. You could even just stitch the perimeter. I think that would look really cute. And you can kind of see when I flip the panel over that I like to tape my yarn or thread in place when I'm done. You can, of course, tie it off or glue it. I find that using the yellow tape is just a quick and easy and secure way to do this. And these panels are really fun to put together when you're waiting for your child at a game or something like that. Just have this ready to go in your purse. You can just sit and stitch. It's so much fun. Okay, here is my final stitch. Then I can just cut off a piece of tape, and tape this in place, and then cut off the string. Now for this card, I'm going to be cutting it out with several different colors of paper to match the stitching. Here's a close-up look at that. There's a lot of etched detailing on this piece as well. But I'm going to first pop this up with some foam squares. This will make it look like it's kind of floating on top of the panel I'm going to attach it to. Then I can take off the release paper. I'm going to attach this to a piece of white cardstock. You're not going to be seeing any of the white because I'm going to glue these little squares inside the squares with a little bit of liquid glue. And these I'm not popping up, I'm just gluing them down flat. And I'm kind of going in line with the colors. So I'm attaching some blue squares next to the blue stitching and so forth. This just makes it look so fun and colorful. Using the liquid glue allows you to have a little bit of time to wiggle it in place so you don't see any of the white cardstock from behind these squares. You could do the opposite of what I'm doing as well, where you glue the panel down flat and then pop up these colorful squares with foam pieces. I'll have to try that. And then once all of my pieces are glued down and the glue is dry, I can flip this over and cut off the overhang. I'm cutting really slowly so that I don't cut into my dune panel. Once the edges are cleaned up, it looks just so bright and springy and fun. I'm going to make this into a birthday card. So I'm using one of my old favorite sets. This set is called Sending Sentiments. And it's a few years old, but I use this one a lot because I love the shape of the sentiments and how they have the coordinating die to cut them out. But this is just going to say happy birthday. I'll stamp it up with some VersaFine Onyx black ink. And then I do change my mind and stamp the birthday onto a different piece of colored cardstock so that they're both different. But here are the dies. The sentiment strips just come with a strip die. And then the happy has this very detailed die to cut it out. Now I can glue my sentiment in place. I ended up cutting that out with some green cardstock, as you can see. And then I'll glue the happy down right on top of it, right above it. I'll add a few gems to this card. And here is a close-up look at the finished card number 1. So for card number 2, I went ahead and did all of my stitching off camera. I'm using more of the Dune cardstock. I love this cardstock. And I'm going to stamp out some sentiments. So this is going to be my Mother's Day card for my mom. And I just want to stamp out the sentiment that says, Happy Mother's Day. I love how you can stamp out all of these sentiments and then die cut them all at the same time. I'll use some more black ink for this. I had to stamp it out a few times to get it nice and dark. Now I can die cut them. Use my Scout to cut these out. And I do end up cutting them out twice. My plates are getting a little warped. I'll run this through my purple Scout. And it does cut out some of them, but the middle ones didn't get a good cut. So I'll go ahead and take out the sentiments that worked. Then I'm going to put this back in my machine, cut it out one more time. As you can see, some of the middle sentiments are stuck there. I can just put the die back on top and run it through again. And here they are all ready to go. Here is my Happy Mother's Day sentiment. And then I'm going to stamp out the sentiment that says Mom onto some pink cardstock. I'll use the coordinating die to cut this out. And now I can start putting this together. I'm just using some tape runner this time to attach it to the Dune cardstock. And this is just going down flat. And then I can glue my sentiment at the bottom. And then I'm also using the large die of the month club to cut out some of these beautiful flowers. I'll glue down my little bouquet arrangement here at the bottom left corner. Let me speed this up. And then the sentiment is going to go to the right of it at the bottom. I love the shapes of the florals from the large die of the month club. This one in particular is really pretty. It has little petals that you put at the end of the big flower. Then you get lots of leaves and smaller flowers. Okay, now for my sentiment. And then I am going to add a few gems to this card. And then let me give you a close-up look at the finished card. I love the teal and the yellow and the browns together. It just looks so pretty. So it's nice having my Mother's Day card all ready to go. On my next card, I'm using the stitching die of the month club again. This one I did off camera, but I just wanted to show you this cute color combination with the dusty rose and the green. And as you can see, I made a happy birthday card from this one. For my last card, I didn't get the footage on this one, so I'm just going to show you the completed card. I used the stencil of the month club and the floral dies from the large die of the month club, and I love how this one turned out. I'm always in need of birthday cards, it seems. I hope you enjoyed this rather quick video today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back again really soon with another video. Take care, my crafty friends. Bye.